Hey guys, it's Nostalgia. So we're back with another episode of the Paladin Gear Challenge. So in this episode we're gonna try start hell. I've wanted to do more battle runs. You can see I'm only level 72, but I mean I've done like only 10 of them, so that's like nothing, right? But I just got two framed by some dolls. It might have even been one frame, and I am just so tired of it already and I just want to try out Hell and see how it goes. The main problem I think is going to be lightning immunes, but to some extent I'm just going to have to use fanaticism to buff my Merc and just kind of rely on him a little bit and use my scepter here for dealing with physical immunes. So let's just get into this a little bit. Uh, I have Holy Shield with I think 5 points in it now. No, 6. Yeah, so I get a pretty decent block versus well, the stuff in Act 5. For some reason it's only shown against Fallens because I logged out. But I put some points in Salvation just because the extra points I had in Sacrifice weren't even really helping my physical damage that much on my switch here. Like I have my main hand here for my main damage, and then I have my switch for dealing with lightning immunes. As you can see here, this is my weapon for physical damage, and it's not going to be too good, I don't think, at all, really. But we'll just see how it goes. So the Merc gear literally did not change from last time. There's a few things I could do here. I don't really know exactly what I want to do, like with these extra sockets. I mean, honestly, I just want to find a better armor for him anyway. Since this is e-bugged and it does have 4 sockets, but it's only a normal e-bugged, so I want to upgrade that. I definitely want to upgrade the helm. And the weapon, I just want like an F Elite Polearm, and I'll probably just put the same thing in it. Except, ideally it'd have 6 sockets, so I could put, I mean, probably even more lifesteal in it. Probably just like 1 shale, maybe 2, and then the rest Amrons. Getting into my gear, I've done a lot of shop running since the last episode, a fair bit at Ormus, which is where I got this weapon from. You can see that I used the socket quest on it. I used the one from normal, and I still have, as you can see here, the one from Nightmare available to me. So I'll come back from Hell difficulty when I find something I want to use that for. But the majority of my shop running since then has been at Larzik. You can see it's you know the Act 5 layout. It's pretty close to the waypoint, so you can just go from Larzik back and forth. And I used Vigor Aura. I respect Sense, and I respect my stat points also. It doesn't. This is the only time I changed my stat and skill points around since the start of the game. I think, actually, except for the one time in normal. So I used the pluggy respec here just because I didn't want to have to put in my stat points also. It just saved me like 5 minutes of configuring this. Well, like a couple minutes. But I did the equivalent of just using the normal and Nightmare Akara quests. As you can see, I have the Akara quest here, and I haven't used it. Okay? So I did the equivalent of that, and I'll just go over some of my gear. And oh yeah, the reason I mention that is just so no one freaks out in the comments about, oh, he used the pluggy respec, he's cheating. Well, no, I didn't really. I just did it this way, just so I could respec my skills without messing up my stats, and it just saved me a couple of minutes that way. I mean, some people really like to freak out about that. I don't really see the big deal about it, at least once you get into hell mode, and I'm going to be at hell mode very soon, and I'm not planning on respecing anymore, so it doesn't even matter. Right, so getting into my main gear, like this took forever to shop. I think I probably did maybe 600 runs of Ormus, maybe closer to 1,000, like just going back and forth from the waypoint and checking Ormus's shop. So I got this weapon, and you can see I Larsicked it, so luckily I got 2 sockets, and I just put those runes in there. This helm, I found this Artisan's Crowns of Balance from Larzik, and I'll go into, I found several of these since, I think I bought one more just in case I wanted to do something different with those sockets, but this is what I'm going with for now. I did find a co-rune, as you can see. I can't remember exactly where I found that from. this is the other thing. This took me quite a while to find. Ideally, this would be a jeweler's Mage Plate of the Whale. Although, actually, I'm not sure if it could even get 4 sockets at this point from Nightmare Larzik. But either way, a Mage Plate would have meant that I wouldn't have needed nearly as much strength. And I think my highest strength requiring item would have been a tie between the Crown and the War Scepter. So I could have saved some points and put some more in Vitality that way. This shield here, you can see 106 all res. This just really takes care of my resistances. And this will be really good once I get into Hell, of course. I mean, it's just doing so much for me. I mean, obviously, you know, since I can't use any sets, uniques, or runewords in this, I have to kind of think of sort of the best I can do without them, obviously. I mean, that's an obvious point, but yeah, I mean, this is something that I would almost use in Nightmare on a, like a Twinked Paladin, but I wouldn't really use it in Hell if I were to be using, runewords and uniques, like Sanctuary and Hawes with an rune in it, for instance, but I can't use those. That's the challenge, obviously, right? These gloves are the same from last time. I think I crafted maybe a few more pairs of gloves. I didn't get anything better, really, since, even though I don't really use the mana on lifesteal. The thing is, even once I get into Hell, my resistances will be pretty close to capped if I calculated this right. As you can see, these are my resistances right now, but when I go into Hell, and oh yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a longer episode is what I'm planning. I'm going to change out some gear once I get into Hell, for instance, and I'll just do that right now, actually, so you can see the stuff I was using in Nightmares here, and I'm planning on using, I can't remember which of these it was. I think it was this one. I was trying to play around with some gear options to figure out how to work on my resistances, and I think this is what I plan on using. So as you can see, after the minus 100 res from Hell, I still have max fire res and max light res, and my cold res is pretty decent, and my poison res is still okay. Let's actually just go into Hell right now. Honestly, probably the most pain in the butt thing to shop was really this, although this was in close second. I was running Larzik while watching one of Dobrunsky's live streams in the background. I mean, I'm a moderator on his stream chat, so I kind of have to be there when I can, to some extent. Larzik did also sell me this one, and the thing is with this is that this doesn't really, even if I were to put like 4 Shale Runes in it, if I remember right, that's like the same thing as 3 Shale Runes in terms of a breakpoint. And given that it has such low durability, it would just break so quickly, it would be really inconvenient to use. And I just can't see this being better than this weapon here, given that it has 2 Holy Shock. As you can see, I found a few more of these kind of half-decent crowns. Ideally, I would have gotten this same thing, but in a Grand Crown, and you know, put the same stuff in it that I put in here, the diamond, the rupee, and the Korun. And I have a few belts here. Let's just look at my resistances to make sure I have that right. Yeah. Okay, so as you can see here, these are my resistances in Hell now, and I'm using some charms. Not a lot of these have resistances, maybe a little bit surprisingly, but I'm getting attack rating, defense, life, poison damage, and faster hit recovery from these charms. So you can see I'm hitting the 48 faster hit recovery breakpoint. A little bit of this is unnecessary. I can actually put back a couple of these charms now that I've switched to these boots, actually, because they give a bit of faster hit recovery, so it allows for a little bit of leeway. Alright. And just getting back to this a little bit. This is kind of the stuff I was shopping. I was using this for a little while. You can see I have my old chest plate in here. This is kind of the best stuff I was able to find from Larzik in about 3 hours of shopping him. Plus, I did another 4 the other day, so I guess it was really a total of about 7 hours of shopping Larzik. This crown here, I really would have liked to have gotten a suffix on this, like, I don't know what it can get, like of the squid or of the whale, if it can get that. You could see it does a fair bit for my attack rating. So if I get like the same thing but with a suffix, then I'll probably Larzik it, to be honest. Like a visionary crown of the squid or whatever. I mean, ideally it would be like, I don't know, like a visionary Shaco of the whale, and then just Larzik that, and hopefully get 2 sockets, and put, I don't really know what in it, probably a Korun and a diamond, or a rupee rather. But, as you can see here, this is kind of what we have at the start of Hell. I'm still using a Blessed Aim Merc. It's the same Merc that I've had since I think Act 2 Normal. And what I plan to do is farm the pits for a little while. I'll probably just ignore the archers in the pits for the most part. And I think we'll just start by going to the Den of Evil. And I have this on Players 1, so it shouldn't be... Holy hell. I was about to say it shouldn't be too difficult, but yeah, nope. This is what happens when you go into Hell using magic items. What do these guys have on them? Oh, he has multi-shot, that's why. Well, good to see my aura is doing some decent damage. So, I think we're just going to go into the den and kind of clear that out, and I'm literally going to identify this. So I just want to find the den and just clear that out quickly. So I haven't really died a lot since the last video. I think I died once. I can't remember, maybe twice, but I definitely died pretty soon before recording this, doing a bail run, because of some undead dolls that just killed me in like literally one hit. But honestly, what I want to do... Oh, hey, Flawless Skull. I want to get... You can see the Skill Shrine is buffing my damage a little bit more. Yeah, I want to get a magic 4-socketed armor. A Jeweler's... I mean, ideally, like a Jeweler's Mage Plate of the Whale. Something along those lines, I think would be ideal. So I'll probably do a fair bit of shopping at, I don't really know what. Probably, ideally something before Hell Larzik. And oh, hey, got some rare greaves. Maybe Hell Charcy? I don't know how often she can sell, or how often if armor she sells get jewelers that they can, what am I trying to say? That they can have 4 sockets. But I'm pretty sure a Dusk Shroud, I mean, I know a Dusk Shroud can have 4 sockets, so it shouldn't be too big of an issue. I mean, the problem is that she only sells elite items every so often, right? So it's not like all the stuff she sells is elite, so it's kind of an issue in that respect. Honestly, I just plan to farm the pits for quite a while to kind of work my gear up a little bit, kind of make small improvements here and there. The main thing I think I'll be focusing on is finding better ways to help my Merc deal with physical immunes. But as you can see, like there's a lot of boss packs that can really throw me off, but for the most part I can kind of do okay a lot of the time in Hell difficulty in Act 1 here. In Hell Act 5 it's going to be a completely different story. Granted, when I was doing bail runs in Nightmare, that was on P5 when I died to those frickin' dolls. Oh my god, here we go. Here's the den, finally. Alright, so we're doing okay here. See how difficult Corpse Fire is going to be, I'm not quite sure. Oh, hey, the Merc leveled up. He actually has half-decent resistances at this point, so that's good to see. Even at level 72. Honestly, what I could do in the meantime is just put a Talon Thalrune in his armor and just find him a different helmet. Which actually, I think that might well be what I do here pretty soon. We'll just have to see what happens, I guess. Oh, we got a Spider Whip Sash. That's kind of neat. Now, I could use this for the Imbue quest, so actually, I'm just gonna hold on to that, I think. I can't put it in the cube, that's fine. Okay, that's a lot of guys. That is a lot of guys. I guess it'll still be a test. a little bit of my gear and skill, a little bit maybe. Nah, it's just, I mean, it's Act 1 hell. The thing is, it's going to get worlds harder when I get into later parts of hell difficulty. Wow, the Merc almost died there. Oh, frickin', jeez, we got another item we can't use. We got a unique, boys. Jeez. That would actually be an okay item at this point, I think. Okay, what are we missing here? Who's left? Go on. Show yourself. Please tell me that's the last one. Nope. 3 monsters left. Oh my god. Troll game. Troll game is trolly. That's one. Oh my god. The den trolls me so hard sometimes. It's not even funny. There's one. They're all just kind of scattered. Oh my god. Alright, I might cut the video here to figure out where that last bugger is, because I honestly don't know. Oh, there he is. I was about to cut the video. And I think I'm just going to keep pumping salvation for a little while here. I just want to get to the pits, to be honest. So I think, I mean, that's an okay start to hell. I think I'll just call it here. I think that's a pretty decent start. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. So apparently this character can kind of handle Hell Act 1 a little bit. Oh my god, shut up. But the real question is, how hard will it be to get through the end of the game, like Hell Act 5 mainly? So you could put your thoughts in the comments about that. Maybe put a little criticisms on my gear choices. I don't know. Tell me what you think about this. I crafted some more. What are they? Yeah, safety belts since the last episode, and I got this one, which is pretty decent. It helps me hit the 48 faster hit recovery breakpoint. And right now with this weapon, I'm hitting the, I think it's like the 55559 breakpoint on my Zeal. So that's pretty decent, and that's what I've been running for quite a while here. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. Have a good one.